There was no indication when the proceedings began first thing this morning of what was going to happen. Josef Fritzl, we didn't see him, we didn't see television pictures of him arrive in court this morning, but when he took his place, the judge said to him, "Is there anything you want to say?" And Fritzl said, "Yes, I want to plead guilty to murder. When I saw the videotapes I realised for the first time how cruel I was to Elizabeth." He then went on to say, "I'm guilty on all points. I do not know why I've not seen that baby would have needed help. I have no explanation for that. I just want to say that it happened by accident, that I never planned it." And he then said he was sorry. So all week he's denied that he was responsible for the death of that young baby in the cellar where he kept his daughter for 24 years, a baby who died in the first few days of life. But clearly watching that testimony yesterday, which completed yesterday, 11 hours of what Elizabeth had to say, has changed his mind, and now they are proceeding with evidence from the psychiatrist who's been interviewing him for the last year or so to get a picture of what goes on in the mind of Josef Fritzl. We can talk now to Alan Hall, the man who wrote the book Monster, about the Fritzl case. And Alan, I suppose a surprise for all of us.
Yeah, staggering surprise. I think yesterday that videotape testimony, combined with the testimony from the childbirth expert, suddenly made Josef Fritzl become the man he should have been. He finally found some honour at the end.
Surprising when your book's called Monster, like you say, maybe a more human side we've seen in court today, and certainly that's been the attempt to portray him more as a human than as some kind of monster, isn't it?
Yes, I mean, he's a monster with a human face, and monsters like him hide among us, of course, you know, but he was clever. He allied his sexual obsession to a very keen and cunning mind. 24 years this went on for, but when he saw that testimony from his daughter, as the prosecutor said, he broke her with his behaviour in the 24 years, the litany of rapes. Finally, when he saw it, when he realised it, that broke him. So justice really has been served, I think.
What have you made of his appearance? Obviously, we've seen glimpses of him behind the folder as he's gone into court. What have you made of his performance this week?
Well, physically, I can see how he is. You can see he was a very strong man. He seems to have shrunk a little in old age, but you can see he is a powerful physical presence, and there would have been no escape for Elizabeth. I now see a man, though, who is in a very fragile psychiatric state. He is receiving psychiatric care in prison, and in fact is under suicide watch. The enormity has finally hit home to him. And he had this fantasy. He told the psychiatrist Adelheid Kastner, as you said, been interviewing him for about a year, that he nurtured the idea that he would return to his family. But she wrote in her report, he will commit serious acts again. He literally cannot help himself.
Dr. Kastner's continuing giving that evidence, that they are continuing with what they planned. What else do we know about what she's discovered of him during those interviews?
Her actual phrase was that Fritzl is a quote, emotional volcano. She said he has two sides to his character. It's like the devil and the angel, and they compete against each other all the time. But unfortunately, the devil often wins out. She said he starts out trying to do good, but the evil takes over. And she said he also went on about this obsession with his mother, and he blames her for turning him into this cold, unfeeling person who cannot make personal friendships. She stated that the relationship that he had with Elizabeth was the single most important relationship in his life, warped though it was. But she finishes her testimony by saying that he will, if released, commit serious crimes with serious consequences again.